Hey, what is up, everybody? Hope you all are enjoying your day. So, today I got a little bit of a different message for you today. Although I do got some valid points here I'm going to talk about. I got some notes I'm going to be sharing. And I'm actually going to welcome you to my 67th step. So, I've been doing these live videos for 67 days. And I've been taking information, things that I'm learning, passing on to you guys. I did this program, it's called the 67 Steps by Tai Lopez. And it was pretty cool, how I would have to say. I learned a lot, and I finished the course a few weeks ago. But as I was in it, I really got value out of the information, so I decided to make my own 67 steps. So it's been fun, and I've done a previous video kind of series that maybe some of you have followed before, and I think it was a 21-day video challenge that I did. Hey Jeffrey, how are you? And it's on YouTube, so feel free to go back and check those out. It was part of my process to the beginning of my journey and learning about personal development, health, wellness, my industry, and in that video series, 21 days, I kind of talked about it took 21 days to develop a habit. And some new research that was brought to was that was kind of some false information. And it actually takes 66 days to develop a habit. It was some new research that was done by the University College of London. And so there's an extra day in here for good luck. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about fear with this kind of rewiring your brain process and developing this habit. So it's pretty cool, but yeah, stay tuned, and I'll kind of jump into it as always here. I'll introduce myself first and kind of go through some of this information that I learned. I got some notes, and I hope you get some value from it. So let me know where you guys are all tuning in from. Drop a comment. You guys are awesome people, so thank you for joining me on this journey. And I might not do these videos every day like I have been, but I will continue to spread the good vibes, the love, knowledge, things that I'm learning, and sharing it with all of you. So stay tuned for what's to come. I know we got the holidays coming up, so that's kind of why I wanted to finish this now before, this holiday season. So again, I'll jump into it. My name is Mitchell Heber. I am 24 years young. I am an entrepreneur. I help people discover the true smile in life, and I do that by sharing the love, knowledge, and understanding, things that I'm learning, passing on to you. If you're happy in life, you're smiling. So that's kind of my motto, my philosophy now that I'm incorporating into this journey of mine. So hopefully you guys are all inspired by it, and I appreciate all of you, those you jumping on, those you going to be watching the replay. Thank you. You guys are all amazing. So, whoa, lights went out. Anyways, you can see me still. So, I'm going to ask you today, what is a fear that you're holding on to that you maybe want to let go? And hopefully I can get this, never mind, lights off. But, so, I'm going to be talking about some parts of your brain here, the amygdala and the MPFC. So social pressure triggers fear in our lives, and our amygdala stirs up with this fear, and this can be examples of people talking behind your back, something along those lines. You can't please everyone in life, so those of you who, you're going to have haters, and that's fine. Everybody's not going to understand your journey or your process, so that's cool. And part of this is because of these whispers of 10,000 generations that have been passed down to us from our great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. So what that really is, and that's kind of what stirs up this fear in our brain. So, essentially we have the same brain as like I said, our great-great-great-great-grandparents. So those whispers are still there, those kind of instinct, gut feelings that we get every single day. So really, what you want to do is, you want to fear waste. You don't want to fear wasting life, and most people fear, progressing in life. So you really want to have a clear vision And that can be one of the greatest gifts that you can have in life, to get you to your end goal. So what's your funeral end goal? You know, what do you want to be remembered for? And the old saying, people don't always remember what you say or do, but people always remember how you made them feel. And that feeling is definitely one of the most important things that we can hold on to in our lives, in our heart. So this MPFC then is the medial, I hope I said that right, prefrontal cortex. So that's another part of the brain where you can basically annihilate this fear that we might get into our lives. So you want to sit back and think through your fears. And the best way to overcome your fears is exposure therapy. So even when I started doing these videos, I was pretty fearful at first, but I developed this exposure therapy, which is basically putting yourself into the situation to overcome that fear. So you can't get rid of fear completely, but it does serve its purpose. And what I want to talk about here, I'm going to read it here, is fear will first go to your amygdala to find your fear memory, wherever that fear came from. Then using that exposure therapy, the fear that goes to then the MPFC, the medial prefrontal cortex, and it looks there to see if there's a newer memory of something better happening that can shoot back to the amygdala to annihilate that fear. So it's one of the only ways that we can overcome something crippling in order to face this fear. So that's just something to look at, and you want to have a balance, or a margin of safety to help you in this process, so you're not fearful of these things. Having good health now, so you're not frightful of the disease that it could bring you in the future, or having a savings account now, so if something happens traumatically in your life or your car breaks down, you have that margin of safety so you're not fearful of, now what do I do? So that's part of that. And most people fear aging in life, which is, it is reality. We are aging, even though I like to consider myself 24 years young. But what you really should be fearing is losing those hormones that drive you forward in life. And that's what's more important. That's what's going to keep you going every single day, driving you forward. So what fear are you most thinking about that you should have? What's something you can do with exposure therapy to kind of overcome that fear? So part of this is maybe stop what you're doing. Is when time stops, you'll know exactly what you want to do with your life. And that's going back to having that clear vision, which is one of the greatest gifts. So that's another good thing to look back to, and take that fear and invert it. So you're basically doing the opposite to overcome it. And really, there is nothing to fear in life, and that's why you should do this exposure therapy to get you out of that. Expose yourself to climbing a ladder or going skydiving, something that you might be fearful of, to expose yourself to it and overcome it. So it does serve its purpose, but once you really do find that one thing that you enjoy in life, time will stop, time will slow down, and that's part of this this gift that we have called life. So in this process, as there's nothing to fear, you got to learn to toughen up, and that's this exposure therapy. Break the habits of everyday life. Go without eating lunch for a day or even a full day. Intermittent fasting is very beneficial to your health. Even taking a cold shower can be very beneficial to your health. So really, it's just toughening up in life, doing things you've never done before. Pick up a book and read it, or learn to play an instrument or second language. And I can't necessarily speak fully for myself either, things that I'm trying to learn and incorporate into my life, but I'm toughening up, I'm learning these things, and I'm growing because of it. And time is slowing down for me, and it's essentially stopping. So it's something that we all really should be doing. And in this process, tie your happiness into your accomplishments. And that's going back to memory happiness, going back to these things that got you to your goal or wherever you're trying to go in life, but looking back at that memory, and that's that memory happiness, those accomplishments that you created in life or had in life through those experiences. So it's pretty cool, and really being diligent about this process. So I mentioned in I think it was my last video with persistence, but Bruce Lee quote, I fear not the man who has done 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So that's being diligent and persistent in pursuing to get those accomplishments that will bring that memory happiness. So like I've said before, to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. So some good stuff here, and I hope you guys have been enjoying my videos. I will continue to stay tuned with my journey, and just go out there and do something today that's out of the ordinary, like I said. So that's kind of just the call to action today. Just step outside your comfort zone and do something you haven't done before. Expose yourself to that fear and overcome it. So hopefully that had some help for all of you. Much love. Keep smiling. God bless all of you. And thank you all for tuning in on this 67th step. So thank you. If you got some value, please share. I would appreciate it. Or drop a comment. Give me some hearts, some love, some likes. And we will see you all very soon. So thank you. Have a great day. And yeah, talk to you later.